What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to only Twitch right now because Team Twitch has won on the Friday stream. But we're here talking about level 1 monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently, they're some of the most broken, if not the best in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So we're going to show you right now 40 broken / really good level 1 monsters in no particular order that have impacted metas, taken down metas, had their time around the clock and the world, impacted other cards. Let's just start with actually the extra deck. Thousand Eyes Restrict in GOAT format. Anybody? This card with Metamorphosis was able to impact with GOAT tokens, Magical Merchant, Magician of Faith, just able to go the heck in. And even today with Instant Fusion is still a valid target that gets summoned in today's meta. A card that has lasted almost all time and on release was very coveted. Leerlusk, Independent Nightingale. I think a couple of cards have gotten banned on this card's behalf, and it is still here in today's meta with its effect and ability. And finally, Full Metal Foe's Alkahest. What are you doing here? The ability and quick effect of this card made Metal Foes go to another level alongside the other resources that it had, obviously. But this card, present nonetheless in plenty of YCS winning / top cut decks. 1-for-1 is a card of discussion here because, hey, any main deck card we're about to go over can just get summoned by this card. So we have an actual kind of Rhoda from deck limited to 1 on the current banned list, aka Forbidden and Limited list, that is allowed, besides the fact that several of these cards are banned for being too powerful. Go back to Paleozoic format, we have Absolute King Backjack, a card that not only allows you to resource your deck for a trap, but then also finds ways for you to activate them quicker and has a secondary effect that's good. Battle Fader, we've actually seen this in some MLG memes, right? Battle Fader has the ability to just, hey, you can't hurt me. Is time approaching? Oh, I'm okay. Is a battle phase approaching? I'm okay. This has seen multiple formats play in them, and it's a pretty darn good hand trap, one of the OG hand traps. Blackwing Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, just for its level and its tuner ability. A lot of these are tuners that you might notice in the level 1 slot, because they allow you to just go to the next niche of synchro summoning, but also being summonable as 1-for-1 by a tuner. Pretty darn good. One of the original helpers of OTK cards, Cyber Valley, ultimate draw power introduced in PTD in the Phantom of Darkness, was able to help you turbo out, machine dupe target. There's a lot going for it. One of the other original hand traps, STON, DD Crow, another level 1. Coincidence? I think not. Even today in use could shut down certain cards, take away targets from Soul Charge, Monster Reborn, able to come down and actually appears here and there depending on the format. We're going to go through 3 of these all together right now. DD Lamia, DD Necroslime, and Kepler. We've got Search Power, Recurrence Power, and Fusion Power all together in a deck that for just 3 weeks under the old Master Rule, man, that was beating some duelists up, taking some tops, and able to have a really high ceiling, but the consistency issues were there. Original Disc Commander was so much more powerful than what is there now. It earned its place on the Forbidden list very easily, coming back and just drawing 2. Man, what sweet times. What a purpose Disc Commander used to have. How about a current hand trap that we have? Droll and Lockbird. I don't think the emphasis can be stated enough that Droll and Lock was really dependent on the format, but as a hand trap, which are actually very few during this list because the Ghost Sisters are all level 3 and not being a tuner here, this card was pretty dang good recently and as of late, as the format has shifted more and more towards decks being able to search out cards, continue to search, and this card just locks that down. How about Hungry Boy? A card, Eater of Millions, that can just become as powerful as you'd like it by banishing as many extra deck monsters as possible. Let's face it, not every deck is actually going to use their extra deck very much. Altergeist in the meta, anybody? True Dracos, anybody? Trickstars at times don't even sneeze or look at their extra deck. This card recently had a pretty big impact within Trickstars itself and has the ability to non-targeting banish removal. That's pretty good. How about we go back towards the FNL list and Monarchs? Ooh, Idea There's a reason this deck was so good. Idea was one of them. Rest in peace, Ether, overall. But definitely Idea was part of the reason this deck was so good. Effect Veiler. That's a pretty good card there. D-Rev, Revolutionary. Overall, this card shutting down effects. Argued versus Impermanence is budget, but Impermanence has kind of power crept this over time. It definitely had its time where people were hunting down 3 copies of this for their deck, and even still today, there was Blue Eyes most recently that could actually search this. Pretty darn good card. Fishborg Blaster is banned for a gosh dang reason, along with another card we might visit, Substitute. Oops, spoilers. Spiral Quick Fix, another really tier 0 kind of card there that's limited to 1. But Substitute and Fishborg Boy, they went hand in hand in a sense. Frog OTK, not really acceptable in any sense of the words. Glow Up Bulb goes along with Spore here as 2 plant boys that were also level 1s. They have a similar theme here. They recur from the graveyard, but Spore is able to go up into another level, yet depends on you having a plant in the graveyard, where Glow Up Bulb depends on nothing in the graveyard, finding itself in Moored Mill decks, such as recently with that Grass Looks Greener, which also got banned. Infernoid Decatron. Ooh, I can become whatever I want. 68 genders, that's okay. As well as 68 different types of Infernoid. I can pop cards, bounce cards, negate cards, attack twice, banish cards. I can do pretty much whatever I want and choose what I want to be. Also, one of the cards that could be summoned by Reasoning, so you could continue to mill other Infernoids with Reasoning and Monster Gate. This card, also a tuner. Pretty dang good. Cosmo Tin Can, the search ability in Cosmos. Oh yeah, we're always getting Dark Planet / Dark Destroyer. Whatever you want, it seems to just peel off. But Dark Destroyer at 1, still on DB. You roll the dice, you're going to get it. Level Eater. Oh man, Link Spam definitely deserved this card to be banned. But even before that, we had the Synchron decks. Piloted by Cody Angeloff and duelists like Chris LeBlanc. This card just came back time and time again. The ability to slam the field over and over, just so broken. The OG himself. I can be summoned off last will. I can do crazy OTKs with Catapult Turtle. One of the original reasons for the FNL list. Magical Scientist is a level 1 himself. Magician of Faith, we mentioned Thousand Eyes Restrict. We mentioned that Metamorphosis card. Oh yeah, Flip of Flex may be slow now. You may be okay in the game today, Magician of Faith, but back then, you were quite the looker overall. We go to Mind Master. Hit off the bat. You did not have a long time in this game. The recognition of a Psychic Tuner, level 1, that could just go ham. We needed to shut that down. How about a card that revolutionized Atlantean Mermels? How about Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince? This card was insane by all aspects. Performing Pal Guitar Turtle? The new pot agreed with Lizard Draw. That's all you did. We've got Sage with Eyes of Blue. This card, hey, I feel like searching Effect Veiler, another card on this list overall. How about a kind of stone, gonna pitch ya? This card, multi-effects, very good. Definitely one of the reasons Blue Eyes was what it is. Fuma, not necessarily broken, but definitely the reason that 6 Samurais are good and where they're at, able to top regionals, even taking a deck from non-existence to existence. Sinister Serpent under its OG effect. There's a reason you were banned. Your recurrence and ability to create advantage had its time and place in Yu-Gi-Oh! Quick Fix, we mentioned you shortly, but Machine Dupe Target. Also, Drone should be mentioned here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can recur yourself and gain advantage. That's pretty good. How about a card that single-handedly won an ARG? Hey, Calvin Tahan, how you feeling? Super Quantal Fairy, Alphin. This card is the only reason this deck found its way into advantage. It was so freaking good that it brought a deck to the forefront. Stopping battle phases once again is Swift Scarecrow. We mentioned Blue Eyes and the White Stone of Legend. Treeborn Frog. Treeborn Reborn. Let me tell you about this boy. Monarchs were taken to another level by actually making sure that at times they cleared their back row, used a resource so they could recur a resource. This brought Lad to its knees. Light and Darkness Dragon, effect. Making sure Lad was brought down. Treeborn, oh yeah, you had years of use. This is an odd one, Volcanic Shell. Mayhaps you don't recognize it, but the resource game of Volcanic Shell was definitely something to note. White Prince. Skull Serpents. Really, you're going to bring up a Skull Serpent card, John, over all these cards on the list that are so freaking good. Yeah, White Prince overall is the forefront of Skull Serpent technology. Just really good. Guard Dragon. World Chalice won a YCS. Why do you think that is? And the Fluffle Engine. Possible all because of one level 1 boy. Overall, level 1s. Relatively broken in the game, argued to be some of the best cards. This card is on the FNL list for a reason. This. How many cards are on the FNL list for a reason of being level 1, being able to tune up just once, being able to recur itself just once, being able to go ham multiple freaking times? I would argue easily that level 1s seem to be some of the best levels, if not the best level, in all of freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! But what do you guys think in the comment section down below? I know there's rank 8s, rank 4s, there's the ability to now link summon. Are level 1s really all that with the 40 presented before you today? Or did maybe level 4s have the slot, that optimal attack and beefiness of a normal summon? Or am I right? Is it level 1s? I think level 1s are certainly some of the most broken cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button if you just enjoyed the conversation. And let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and why you think perhaps another level does more than level 1s. The first level, the first step in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Thanks for watching, everybody.